Hello, and welcome back to Curlington Stories. If you're new here, welcome to you too. Have you ever had a fear of proposing to someone? I know this probably only affects a very, very small amount of people, but the truth is, I'm sure many individuals who have ever pondered the idea have considered the possibility that they may very well be rejected. And that is a painful truth. It could happen. It has happened. And it's definitely something that can make you a little bit nervous. Honestly, when I proposed to my wife, I wouldn't say I was nervous or, for rejection. I mean, it was kind of an awkward thing to do for me, but, the whole getting down on one knee thing was a little wonky for me because I got knee problems. But the thing is, it's because my now wife made it quite clear that she wanted me to do so months before I did. She was constantly looking at rings and be like, oh, this ring looks really nice, right? She made it very, very clear. It was right on the nose. So I had no reason to think otherwise. And I'm sure that makes plenty of sense to you. But however, in today's story, even though this person was under practically the same circumstances as me, he was rejected. And we're about to find out why. What to do after a failed proposal. Now I, 28M, live awkwardly with my girlfriend, 27F. My girlfriend and I have been together for 2 years and 6 months. She asked me to propose to her within 6 months, which I did. During this time, she hinted heavily that she wanted an engagement ring with particular stones that were difficult to come by at a regular jeweler, so I had to buy it from Glamira. It ended up costing more than $500, which is more than I wanted to spend. Yo, pause before y'all jump down this guy's throat. I know some people feel a particular way about the cost of an engagement ring. Keep in mind, this person is not in the United States of America, and their expectations for the cost of an engagement ring are quite different than here. And regardless, our expectations are kind of ridiculous too, so just putting that out there. But I was so sure she was going to be my spouse that I could stretch my budgets, and she appreciated so much when she gets something she loves, and this ring was perfect. Better love story than Twilight so far. The time comes and I propose. I do all sorts of lovely and creative stuff to make it a perfect proposal. You know, nothing quite says lovely shit like literally saying lovely shit. And she accepts before starting to cry. She reveals she is unsure if she loves me because her job has been so stressful lately, and she believes her feelings had developed since telling me she wanted to be engaged. She means develop for someone else. More on that later. It hit me like a brick wall, and I thought my life was pretty much over. We had a week's break before getting back together to try a second time. Things are working out somewhat fine, but we're not at the point we were in the past. That is pretty clear. Now I'm going to return the ring as it wasn't engraved or anything, but now Glamira's fucking return policy fucks me in the ass, telling me I can't return it because a piece of fucking paper is cut on the ring. Everything was returned, including the box and all certificates. The paper that was attached to the ring was removed temporarily in the proposal, and now I won't get to return it. Damn, bro, Glamira sucks. I get very pissed off at the world by wanting to be alone and not talk since I've essentially lost $500 on a worthless ring that I can't use for anything. What sucks so much is that I bought it because the woman I love told me it was the thing she wanted the most in the world. Now I'm afraid I'm going to resent her for making me waste so much. She simply said, "That sucks," and carried on with her day. I feel like it's very unfair for me to take the hits when she changed her mind without hinting or telling me. Do you guys think this relationship is just doomed to fail at this point, or is it worth trying to mend it? Am I being unreasonable for thinking I shouldn't be responsible for taking the $500 loss alone? And is Glamira the worst jewelry company in the world? I'll answer one of those right away. Glamira sounds like a terrible company. I'm sorry you had to deal with them. That is horrible, my friend. Regarding the other questions, it is like unfortunate that she didn't, alert you to the fact that, she was getting googly eyes for somebody else that wasn't you and perhaps would not be ready to marry you. That is unfortunate, but it's also possible that maybe she kind of forgot that she essentially requested you purchase that ring within 6 months and propose. She wanted to happen within 6 months and you did it at the very end of it. Maybe she might have kind of forgot or didn't think you were actually planning on doing it. There's a lot of things here. We don't know what was lost in communication between the two of them. Regardless, that doesn't excuse her not coming forward and saying, hey, maybe don't propose to me. There's some things I have to figure out. I'm not ready, sort of thing. Communication is key in any healthy relationship, right? Now, regarding the whether he's an asshole or not for wanting her to be responsible in some way for the cost of the ring, I don't think that's really fair. It is your purchase. You should be 100% certain that this person is going to say yes to you before committing to do so. Like, that's a slippery slope in a sense where, if somebody thought that you were going to say yes, maybe you hinted at it or whatever, but doesn't mean you're necessarily fully ready, and they purchase the ring and then you're like, well, I'm mad at you now. This ring is also your responsibility. I really don't know about that. He could potentially sell it to like somebody else, like as like a used product or something. Wouldn't get as much money for it, but like a discounted ring for somebody else who maybe doesn't want to go to a mainstream jeweler and maybe actually save some money off buying it off of somebody. You could look for that as a possibility. Just a suggestion, though I'm pretty sure that suggestion's irrelevant now, but that's just my thoughts. Now there's like 601 edits to this. I don't know if we'll read every single one. Some of the first ones are just him like amending what he said about the ring cost because people were berating him about the ring. I mean, typical Reddit, right? Instead of actually trying to help the person in their actual dilemma, they want to target something that you said that they don't like. That he purchased a ring for $500. Well, some people leave, oh, the ring doesn't cost at least 10K, then it's worthless, sort of thing. And they projected that mentality onto him, wrongfully so, but he complains about it quite a bit in some of these first edits, but that's kind of what it's chalked up to. It's Reddit. Never go to Reddit if you want serious advice, because you're gonna have to pave through a lot of bullshit before you find anything remotely useful. So I'll kind of like summarize a little bit. So he's talking about letting the money go and like not holding her to it, and then he's talking about the $500 rings considered fair over here. My friends who are engaged or married have spent in the range of 200 to 1,000, and it has not been a contentious problem for them. They continue to talk about it. People are all still commenting on the price of the ring. I'm not from America. Everyone I talk to is fine with the price of it. Hell, not everyone even proposes with the ring. So yes, the culture here is a little different, and I respect that. I mean, I don't understand why people get so fixated on something like that when it's not the core problem. It's not what they're asking about. Now let's move on to edit 6. This is where, things get interesting again. I think a lot of people are misunderstanding the engagement, and it's probably because I haven't been clear in my posts. After a year and a half, we were having an exceptional time together, and we both saw ourselves getting married at some point. I told her jokingly if we should get engaged, and she told me she wanted it to be done properly with the ring and at a time when she wouldn't know in advance. Thus, she would accept it if it happened sometime within 6 months. 6 months later, I was sure nothing had changed because everything was still the same to me. We enjoyed ourselves and we were building a future together. When I got rejected at the proposal, I was utterly whiplashed because we sort of already agreed upon that we wanted to be engaged. I've been feeling sick all day since I posted this on Reddit. I couldn't even finish my shift at work today because I cannot distract myself from what is going through my mind. I concede this was already doomed the moment I posted here. I realize that now. I guess I just need subconscious confirmation or something. I feel sick to my core, but there's no other way of escaping it. Even though most people at Reddit seem to think she's horrible, I honestly don't carry any ill will towards her. I wish she communicated with me back when she was changing her mind, but after coming back from her break at her parents', she's tried to work on herself. Unfortunately, I think she broke something irreplaceable inside of me on the day of the proposal, which I've tried to get over to save our relationship, but I'm conceding defeat because I cannot live with myself this way. Edit 7. I broke the news. Lots of crying from the both of us. She tells me that she loves me. She doesn't want to give up our relationship. I tell her I'm depressed and I haven't gotten over the failed proposal. She said she couldn't control her feelings, but she knows she loves me. I said it's for the best if she moves back with her parents, and she wonders for how long. I said I don't know, but at least for December most likely. She told me I could take as long as I wanted. My plan is to live my best life. If I miss her still, maybe we could try again. If not, end it for good. For anyone thinking she's been cheating, she has not, nor do I think she will. Final edit. We've had a long, difficult talk together and come to the conclusion that we're going to work through our problems together. For anyone dealing with relationship trouble, stay the off Reddit. Most people on here are so bitter, they want to ruin everyone else's relationships as well. There are a couple of great people here with experience that made me sway the other way, as well as the conversation I had. Thank you. They sent a picture of the ring. So this is what it looks like. It's a really cool looking ring, honestly. It's neat. I like it. Hate that this little thing popped up here. I don't even know what language this is in, so I can't even like click off of it. So I don't know what I'm assuming this is like a cookie thing because it says cookie there. I can read that word, but the rest is a little confusing. So anyway. Yeah, typical Reddit, trying to find the worst in every post and then run with that and try to manipulate the person into thinking the worst is happening to them. I don't understand that projection from people on Reddit, but it's such a common thing. I see it all the time. It's disturbing, truly. And it makes me a little bit sad seeing it happen to people in real time. Now they're trying to gaslight him into believing that his girlfriend, fiance was cheating on him when she wasn't, and he had to keep reminding people that that's not the case, but they kept pushing for it because it's Reddit. And he's got some points here, you know. Stay off of Reddit if you want relationship advice. Like, that's not the place to go. Find somebody who actually has something of value to say, because a lot of these folks on Reddit do not. And the fixation with the ring is just another example of this. Like, these people aren't here to help you. They're here to spread their opinions about anything they don't like or whatever they want to diss. That's the vast majority of people in these threads. So it's really, really, really pointless and waste of energy, waste of your time. There's better ways to seek advice. This is like a last resort. Anyway, I don't think that trying to mend the relationship is, you know, out of the question here. I mean, it is unfortunate to come to the realization that your significant other may have felt feelings for someone else for some brief amount of time. Unfortunately, you know, people can't just control how they feel. So how you respond to that is how you choose to respond to that. If you are like, I can't do it because of this, and, you know, you're valid in feeling that way and acting on that. Otherwise, so, you know, it's up to you. It's up to you what matters to you and what you care about and whether you can move past this sort of thing. I hope things work out for them. Seems like they had something good going for them, and some little goof up happened along the way that kind of soured the relationship, but it seems recoverable from the outside looking in. Anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. If you did enjoy, feel free to like and subscribe button. Until next time.